Hello there. Welcome back. This is Makerspace Online Workshops. This is Fusion 360 Lesson 4, and we're going to be getting into creating objects using Loft and Revolve today. So as always, open up your folder, go up to Save. Let's call this Lesson 4. And make sure you write the location, save that, and after it finishes saving, let's just close this panel down. Alright, always a good idea to put the origin on when you're first starting out. Now, we're going to do some sketches here. Let's go to Create Sketch, and we're going to click on this plane here. And let's do a circle to start. So click on there, roughly 2.5 inch circle. I'm going to finish that sketch right now, okay? Now is a good time to start naming this because I keep double clicking. You see how the sketch pops up? Let's finish that. What I'm trying to do is just rename it. So I'm going to name that bottom circle. Okay. Now let's create another sketch, but I want to create a sketch up here, up above the bottom sketch. So we've seen the origin before. And these really, what these are construction planes. So if we go over to this panel up here, that's the construction planes, and there's a bunch of different planes you can make, but let's just start with offset plane. I'm going to click on that. Then we're going to click on this bottom plane where our circle is, but then we're going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up about 3 inches. So that's another construction plane, but it's way above, or 3 inches above, the bottom plane. So I'm just going to say OK. All right. So now you can see all of a sudden on our menu here, there's an actual construction plane, and we can turn that on or off. And you can do that with any of the planes. You can make as many planes as you want. So let's go back to create a sketch. We're going to create a new sketch now. But we're going to click on this plane way above it, and I'm going to click on a rectangle now. I'm just going to go like this, maybe like that, and I'm going to finish that sketch. So now you see, if we kind of fly around this a bit, you can see that this object is way above. Okay? I'm going to name this top rectangle. And of course, whenever I'm typing in, I might have not said this before, but whenever you're clicking, entering numbers, you always have to hit enter for it to finalize, in case you've been frustrated from the other videos. Okay, so we've got those two sketches. I'm going to turn those off for now. Construction plane is off, but the origin is still on, okay? I'm going to now create a sketch that we're going to use for revolving. So I'm going to go create sketch. This time instead of let's go make sure we're at home here. Instead of selecting the top or bottom plane, I'm going to select a side plane. Okay? I'm going to go up to create. I'm going to select line this time. I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to go straight out, and you can see everything's kind of snapping. It's giving us our degrees, and it's giving us our numbers. You can type this in. I'm going to do that, maybe that, that, and maybe just that. And I'm going to finish it off. So I'm just going to hit Finish Sketch. Okay? So there's a strange shape we've got there. And I'm going to name this Loft Shape. Sorry. Rev shape for revolve shape. Okay? Finish sketch. And there we go. I'm going to turn that back off again. I'm going to turn the origin off and the construction plane. But I'm going to turn the bottom circle and top rectangle back on again. Okay? So now we're going to do a loft. And loft is basically taking two objects and joining them together. And it's important that they have the same amount of vertices because the vertices are going to join. And a circle, if you don't know this, is 4 vertices. You need 4 vertices to create a circle. So we're going to go to Create, down to Loft, and here we go. It's going to want both profiles, so we're going to click that, We're going to click that and say OK. It's a new body, and now we've got this cool new shape. So again, you can go back into Sketch if I wanted to go back, let's say, to the top rectangle. So if I double click that and I go modify and move it, I'm going to move the whole thing. I'm going to move it way over there just to show you the effect. Finish sketch, and now you see it's more slanted because the rectangle is more out of whack. Okay, so that's how you loft. And again, it's important you have the matching amount of vertices. So you've got 4 vertices. So you can see they're joining here. It gets a little tricky when you're designing it if it's complex, but you need the same amount of vertices. Okay, so we've now got bodies, of course. I'm going to just say the loft. You know what that is, and I'm going to hide that for now. I'm going to hide the rectangle, and I'm going to unhide the rev shape, and I'm going to unhide the origin so you know what's going on here. So there's this crazy shape I made. It's just a 2D sketch. Let's go up to create, and now we're going to revolve this. So think of maybe a clay pot or vase. Basically, just envision the profile, it's actually called, of it. That's all we're doing here. So I'm going to click on Revolve, and it's going to want, it looks like it's already selected it. I'm not sure why. But if it wasn't selected, you can, well, I'll just unselect it and go again. This is a closed area, so it selects it quite easily. Then we have to select the axis, and we of course want this green axis or the y-axis, so I'm going to select and just click on that. And all of a sudden you see you got this crazy object, and you can see our plane in here, and you can see how it's made it. It's basically just revolved it. Now the cool thing is we can actually do less than this. So let's say you're just having something come out of something, or you just wanted a pie shape. You can actually do give it the amount of degrees. So 360 is usually what you want if you're lofting it. Again, let's change this body to, sorry, not lofting, but revolving. Let's go back to call this Revolve. Okay, so that's Revolve. I just want to show you one more thing with Revolve. Let's hide that. Let's turn on the sketches and the origin. Let's go up to create sketch. Let's use the front or back plane again. Let's go up to create a line. And let's start here. Let's go out, and let's just end it there. Now remember, I'm trying to create a profile here, so imagine this being a hollow vessel, and I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to hide the origin now, and you can see my sketch. So I'm going to go back up to create. I'm going to go revolve. It's already selected it, and it wants the axis, so I'm going to click that, and there we have it. Let's click OK, and it looks solid, but as you can see if you look in here, it's hollow. So I can actually just, again, if we go back to the timeline we've done in the past, click on that, there's our revolve, so I can actually show you how it's actually made. So there's the shape right there. So if we go to the back side, you can see what we're actually creating. So that's how you create a vase or something like that. Again, you type in 360 if you wanted a full closed vessel. And that's it. That is lesson 4. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for more Makerspace online workshops. Thank you.